NGBN TV, a network for men in their 40s, 50s, and 60s, coming January 2024.
My name is Chris Rubio. This is the Rubio Rundown on Wednesday, September 13th, 2023. Remember, we're going to look at 5 current events through the eyes of the 5 principles of the Rubio method. Those methods are: everything happens for a reason. There are winners and losers in life. Accept and embrace. Working hard is not enough, and confidence is the key. We're going to start with everything happens for a reason, and let's see what's been happening. Well, all of a sudden, probably about 2 to 3 months ago, if you were an Apple user like I am, you'll notice that your phone battery has started to take a dump, where it could have lasted not all day, because they always say that's going to happen, and I've literally never seen it happen unless you just don't do anything on your phone, to where all of a sudden it's going 2, 3, 4 hours, maybe 5, depending on how much you use it, or you're watching video, you're scrolling social media, and things like that. But my phone battery has been dying quicker and quicker and quicker. So immediately I think to myself, they must be coming out with a new iPhone. And sure as hell they are. Yesterday they decided an iPhone 15 is coming out, and it looks so much different. Actually, it looks pretty much the exact same, which is kind of me being picky, because I cannot, invent this technology, and it's well beyond me. But if you're going to keep having these upgrades, and people are going to keep paying, literally $1,200 for a phone, which everyone needs at this point, let's make some drastic differences. Yes, the new cover is titanium. What does that do for me? I have no idea. If I still drop it out of my pocket, it's probably going to chip or dent or crack or do whatever. The screen is supposedly harder. Yet again, I guarantee it'll dent, crack, or chip. And they have these great new cameras so that now I can take a picture of a Martian on a moon or something like that. Bottom line, everything happens for a reason. New iPhone comes out. So the reason was because my old battery just happens to be dying. Just happens to be. Next one, there are winners and losers in life. Twitter has turned into X. As you know, about 2 months ago, Elon Musk bought Twitter and switched to X. People are losing their minds over it. Why would he do this? Who cares? He bought it for $44 billion. If he wants to turn it into something called Flapjack, do it. No one cares. He bought it for $44 billion. I'm pretty sure you don't have $44 billion. I know I don't have $44 billion, and enough to where he still has money left over, and lots of money. So he can call it whatever he wants. The good thing about Twitter turning into X, he's really opened up the free speech again. I know that it was kind of controlled by a certain side politically, and they were censoring a lot of things, especially during the Rona. If you even said like hydrochlorox or whatever it is, or the other, I can't remember what the other medicine was, ivermectin, you were literally like shut down. And when the Hunter Biden stories were coming out, you couldn't even DM those stories. They had that locked down. So he really opened it up. Do I care that he turned it into X? It's a little weird at first, but I like the new logo. And I really don't care, as long as it's free speech. And it's, he upgraded a lot to where you can get verified for $8 a month. And then you can post a lot longer video, like the video that this one right now, which I'm going to post as well. So there are winners and losers in life. Elon, free speech, winner. Losers in life, people that don't like free speech. What are you going to do? Accept and embrace. Last night, the VMAs occurred. What the hell's the VMAs? It's the MTV Video Music Awards. Now, I had no idea this was even occurring, kind of scrolling across X, formerly known as Twitter, as I just stated. And I realized, oh my gosh, I'm really old. Because I remember back in, let's just say, the mid to late 90s, the Video Music Awards on MTV were a huge thing. Now, here's where I'm going to date myself. Maybe they still are a huge thing. It's just that I don't know, and nor do I care. I actually scrolled through a little bit and try to watch a little bit of it, and realized I would say 95% of the people out there, I had no idea who they even were. And it was one of those things. Well, okay, I am old. I know who T Swizzle is and all that. And she won like 75 VMAs, which is great. She does what she does. I embrace the fact that she writes her own stuff and all that. But I have to accept and embrace that I'm old. I don't know what's going on. And to me, the VMAs are not what they used to be. That could be just the old grandpa and me talking, but I don't care. It's just become weird. It's not a big a thing. I remember when I was growing up, and maybe high school kids are doing this still, but it was one of those where you would literally lock down the night. You didn't have social media back then, but you just kept watching. And the next day at school, you would talk about it all day long. So what am I accepting and embracing? That I'm old and I'm out of touch a little bit. Who knows? The fourth one, working hard is not enough. This past weekend, Cal Poly San Luis Obispo football got throttled by San Jose State 59-3. It was one of those games that came off the tracks right out of the gate. I think there was a kick return for a touchdown. Then there was a fumble, another touchdown. They even had a lightning delay where I think Mother Nature was trying to stop the misery. But it's one of those where My oldest son plays for Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, and he's a long snapper. So this game was actually great for him, besides the loss, because he gets a lot of punt snaps, so he gets a lot of film. But they worked just as hard as as San Jose State did throughout the summer and the fall. But it's one of those things, no matter how hard you work, sometimes it just does not settle. It does not work for you in that sense where everything's going to happen and it's going to be great. Everyone works so hard and yay, sunshines and rainbows and unicorns. Nope. Both teams, let's just say, worked equally hard and one got throttled. It happens. It's a weird thing in life. So working hard is not enough. Sometimes you got to have luck on your side, not alone just smarts. So Cal Poly, hopefully you'll bounce back, and San Jose State, great win. The last one, confidence is the key. This past weekend, we'll do sports again. Deion Sanders, who coaches the Colorado Buffaloes. If you don't know that, you've been in a coma or under a rock. He's 2-0. That's huge for them, considering Colorado last year won one game. Their season tickets are off the charts. The average price for a ticket, I think, was over $1,000 this past weekend. Don't get me wrong, Colorado versus Nebraska is a big game, but the amount of pride and just energy primetime has brought to this stadium, this university, this football team is unbelievable. You may not like the way that he did it. I think he cut like 51 total players when he got there and just basically said, hey, you're on scholarship, but I got to tell you, you're not going to play for me. And he brought in another 51 or 52 or whatever it was. The fact that he could turn it around that much, and he plays with a lot of confidence. If you don't know who Deion Sanders is, you need to pull up some old film of him when he was on the Falcons. And he was, you either loved him or hated him. You absolutely loved him if he was on your team. You hated him if he was not, because he was so good. But he was kind of like we talked about with Tom Brady. He towed the line between confidence and cockiness. And right now he's doing the exact same thing, and it's oozing into the whole university, the team, and the players. So they're playing with a lot of swagger right now. So confidence is the key. There is no doubt for Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes. If you have any questions, feel free to email Rubio at therubiomethod.com.